Hello and welcome to another episode of DayZ. You might be wondering why I moved a bit. I had the bad luck of joining a server with a hacker on, and if that happens to you, abort, disconnect or Alt F4 out of the game as fast as possible and you'll get to keep your character. Or you can risk it and get teleported. So I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just gonna stop here by this tree and let's take a look at the map. Not a lot of servers have this, but this server has an actual map marker where I am, so I can orient a bit. I can probably put out a point as well. Let's put one point here. You put down a point by pressing shift left click and you can see the point there on the map. And yes, there is actually a point here as well. And the server that I usually play, a private server, this is disabled. I'm not sure if this is because this is a regular server or not, but this is a public server, or one of the public cards at least. And so, running north. For those of you that don't really play DayZ or haven't played DayZ, take a look at the map again. You can see that in the map you spawn along the coast here, so it's obvious that there's going to be a lot more people along the coast than say up here around this area in the north, around Devil's Castle or Vibor or Krasnostov. But the people up north usually have better gear as well, so stay at the south if you wanna have some easier time getting loot and encounter more newbies, and go north when you feel like you're ready to fight some bandits, I suppose, or fight the bandits for the goods, because they'll probably not give them away. There's a road there. You can usually, if you don't have a map, you can usually follow most roads. They lead you somewhere. That also goes through the same for power lines and telephone poles. I'm not sure you can follow anything else to get to a railroad, yes, of course. If you're following the railroad, always go to the right. I had the unfortunate time of spawning once in Kamenka, which is all the way down here to the south west of the map, and I followed the railroad west and I ended up at the end of the map, which kind of doesn't exist in here. I mean, the map isn't rendered and there's no trees, but I still think there are hills and terrain going on at the end of the map. Although I think I've heard one of the admins on one of the servers mention that if you leave a vehicle or things outside the server, it gets automatically wiped, so don't think that it's a safe spot to keeping your belongings. Since I'm just running around, I might as well mention a few ways that you can play DayZ. The first way is a kind of a hermit way of playing DayZ. Go into a town, preferably a supermarket, when you're just fresh and new in the game, and try to grab a box of matches. If you have matches, a can of food or a soda can, as of the newest patch, and a hatchet, you can pretty much survive. Oh, and say 2 water bottles maybe. You can pretty much survive in the wilderness to infinity. You can hunt wild animals and kill them for meat. You can make a fire and cook the said meat, although as of the newest patch you can eat the raw meat as well, but you'll probably get an infection, and the infection lowers your blood by 3 every second until you reach 3000, and then it goes away. The infection is not like a zombie infection, it's a cold, basically, a actual infection. But more to the point, from this patch you need to boil water, and for that you need a soda can or a tin can in your inventory alongside the water bottles that are already filled. I suppose the character transfers the water to one of the cans, boils it, and then transfers it back into the water canteen. And you can fill up water canteens at any well in the cities or towns that are along the map, or you can fill them at ponds and lakes. Before you could fill them up even in the sea, but that was removed very early on. And as of this patch you actually need to boil water unless you want to risk infection. And as I said, if you want to play as a hermit, then those are the only items that you need, and you can pretty much survive for a very long time just going somewhere in the woods. Somewhere north or west is preferable. Mainly, I suppose, around this area, around Mishkino and Lopatino maybe, and maybe this area here as well, where there's, well, nothing much really. You might notice these markers here. These markers on the map are put by players. You can put them down by double clicking on the map and typing in whatever you want. It's a waypoint of sorts. Everyone with a map can see it, and I believe it gets wiped every server restart. You can put down things that you... I'm not sure if that was a shot or if that was just me. I think that was just me. It sounded like a crossbow of some sorts. But who would be out here? Yeah, exactly, who would be out here? You always think that, and then you go into these forests, but then the other person thinks the same. Why would anyone be out here? And then you meet each other and all hell breaks loose. But that's pretty much how you can play a hermit character, but that's not too much fun, I suppose, or it can get boring after a while unless you're really into surviving for a certain amount of days and just getting that kind of a fake achievement, I suppose. So it's not fake, it's still difficult to survive, but it still doesn't really show anywhere, except if you press scroll lock you can see on the side that I've survived one day, which means that this video takes place one day after the previous video. And the zombie is there. This is, I think, Castle Rogue, or Rog, as I think it would be said in English, but I'm pretty sure the Russians would say Rog. Which means a horn. So Castle Horn, then. I'm not Russian, but I'm just assuming, since I know the Eastern languages. But there was just a double-barreled shotgun here, and nothing much else. I'm gonna check this main area for loot. Usually you can find some nice things around in the castle. Oh, a soda can. You can... Oh. Those zombies sound like they're pretty close. I wonder if they're upstairs. As I said, as of the... Yeah, there he is. Oh, he seems pretty pissed. As I said, of the latest patch, we once again got zombies to spawn inside buildings, so you should really grab a hatchet before you go anywhere if you can find one. I'll be able to take out that guy without any problems. Although also as of recent patches they've been falling down like crazy from buildings, especially from barns and places like this when they spawn really high up. Ooh, I believe that is a Makarov magazine. Yes, that it is. I'm gonna pick that one up. And do I have space here? Oh god, that zombie is making a mess of my ears. Alright, oh, there he is. Die, zombie. Zombies have a very small chance of spawning loot, and they usually have either food... I'm too... Yes. As you see, this guy has a can of baked beans. So they have either food or bandages or water or liquid of some sorts, or just empty cans. And since this guy has some food, I will eat this food and then drop the can that's left after eating the food. And just continue on. It's a good idea if you're full on your inventory to eat and drink, sort of refreshing your stats or liquid and hunger bars, even if they're not blinking, since it helps you go on for longer, of course. This is especially true if you're a bit low on blood and you reach a place where it has plenty of cans of food. Eat them. Just eat as many as you can. Each can of food gives you 200 blood, and meat gives you a varied amount of blood depending on which animal you hunt. A pig, a chicken, and a sheep and a goat, I think, those meats will give you 400 blood each. Beef will give you 600 from a cow, and the rabbit gives you 1,600 or 1,200. I think it's 1,200 actually. It's a lot in any case. And I don't like it when a pop-up comes up that might mean that there's a hacker running a script, but I don't see anything popping up now, so I think we should be safe. Oh, these zombies are really going for it across the road. But when you play solo, like I'm doing right now, you should really consider getting yourself a box of matches and cooking meat to restore blood. It's the second best way to restore blood besides blood bags, and you really need another player to give you blood. Without another player, you can't get a blood from a blood bag. You can't get blood from a blood bag, so they're pretty much useless unless you can carry one around and help another player, or ask them to give you some blood if they want to. If they won't shoot you for your loot, of course. Now I actually don't know where I'm going now, so I'm just gonna stop by this tree and check out the map. And yeah, there seems to be a place here called Musta, so I'll just mark it on my map, and I can actually just follow the road really. And yes, as I said before, following the road is usually a good way to get to some sort of civilization, and if you just go into the forest without a map or a compass, you will most likely get lost. So be careful about that. Or at least stock up before you go. And I can run here. I'm out in the open, which is a really bad idea, but I'm going to hope that there's no players around here, even though I think there's about 40 players playing on this server right now. So should be careful. I should be careful. You're not playing, I'm playing. And I don't like gunshots, so... So let's go across the road and into some forest. And actually forest is a bad excuse for cover, as I found out just recently. I'm not sure if I can show you here with the pistol, but let's try to go a bit down. And, in armor, there, I think you can you probably can't. I can barely see it even. At the top there, you see that there's very little grass around, and the armor engine only renders grass at, I think, about 150 meters of a distance. You can see the range with, if you have a sidearm, you can kind of gauge the range by moving or scrolling the mouse wheel. At about 150 meters you lose grass, and for example, if I lie down here, I think I'm pretty covered in grass, especially if you have something like a ghillie suit. But if there is no grass around, then obviously you're not covered in grass. And it's actually pretty easy to see you even with a ghillie suit at a big distance. If you're within 150 meters though and have a ghillie suit, you're probably going to be perfectly camouflaged in the grass. One nice thing about armor though is if you crawl around, you see that the grass is kind of pushed down. This actually stays for quite a while, and you can check out the paths that other players have taken by just simply watching where there's no grass. It only works though on prone, so if you're going like this, crouch running, then as most people are, you probably won't see the grass go down at all. I'm just looking around. I see there's a house there. It might be worth checking out. But I do have all the food and water that I need, so... Oh, there's a deer stand there as well. Deer stands often spawn not often, always spawn military loot, but they have a pretty bad chance of spawning any kind of loot from the military. So, and military loot includes weapons of military grade quality, so assault rifles, better guns or sidearms, and GPS, medical supplies as well can be included, and of course some generic and trash items are always included in spawns everywhere. Let's climb the ladder. Let's see what's here. Oh, that seems like a nice gun there. This is an M16A2, an American gun. That's pretty good though. It's quite a lot better than the AK, I think at least. I enjoyed the iron sights of the M16 a lot more than the AK ones. Maybe I'm just used to them more from Battlefield and other shooters. But the iron sights on this thing are pretty nice actually. I don't think this is the one that actually... Yeah, they're okay, I suppose. They're good. I do enjoy them better than the AK ones, although the AK ones do give you a bit more visibility around, and maybe a bit easier to shoot at moving targets with the AK iron sights, since it's flat on the top. But I do enjoy the M16. It has a semi and a burst mode, and usually a burst, or, well, in DayZ, a headshot will... If it doesn't kill you, it will knock you unconscious or damage you heavily, and it will usually kill you. So keep that in mind. This game has positional damage, and if you aim for the head, you will kill a person almost instantly with most rifles and shotguns and even pistols. Although pistols do quite a bit less damage than assault rifles. 2 shots to the head with most pistols will knock someone unconscious, or at least leave them bleeding heavily. I should probably approach this carefully since there may be zombies around. I'm not really sure what I plan on finding in this town, but there might be something. And if not, we just move to the next town. I still have my original patrol pack. There are plenty of better packs in the game, so nothing that I can see I can enter. There's some shotgun shells there. I should just be careful. This place seems to be pretty packed, so again, as of the latest patch, zombies will talk to other zombies, which just means that they will aggro everyone around as well. So if you aggro one, a lot of them might pop up, and this place seems to be pretty small and might have a lot of zombies around, so I'll try my best not to aggro any one of them. I should probably also try to stay a bit in first person as well, but I think I do prefer playing in third person. It's easier to see, you have a lot bigger field of vision, and from what I've heard in Arma, the field of vision is very difficult to set, and now I've aggroed one of the zombies, and as you can see, the other zombies are already starting to go for me as well. I should try to lose them in a building or somewhere. I hear flies. Flies mean a dead player, and sure enough, a dead player is there. Whoa, whoa! The control system in can sometimes really be atrocious. But that zombie seems to have left me alone. Huh, a dead player. Let's see what he had. Some bandages, an EpiPen, a hatchet. Ooh. Magazines for the silenced MP5. I should probably bring those since they're pretty rare. What can I drop? I can drop a DMR mag. Actually, I'll just bring one. I think I should be good enough with one. And actually I can drop the Lee Enfield magazines. Why should I carry them around? And bring this one. Yes. I wonder how he died. You can try to study body, but well, it doesn't actually say anything. It just says the name of the player. Alright. That was somewhat beneficial, at least. It's rare to see a dead player. Ah, there we go. But I did manage to lose that zombie, although it did hit me once. I believe that he probably went through the city, so I will just move out of the city and go, I suppose, even more north. That is just a normal truck. But the other ways of playing this game is, of course, whatever you want to play it. The Hermit way is probably by far the easiest way of actually playing the game. I suppose I can touch up a bit on them in the latter episodes, as I see that I'm reaching the 25-minute mark, and I would like to keep these episodes within 30 minutes, as I know many of you would probably get bored watching me run around for an hour doing, oh, practically nothing. So it's nice to split them apart a bit. And it also helps with the uploads as well. But for the last thing that I do, I think I will check out that deer stand, if I'm safe enough to actually check it out. The zombies are running from me, and I don't really feel like wasting ammunition. They seem to have lost interest. Oh, not entirely. And this is the bane of picking up a good weapon. When you do, you don't want to waste ammunition with it, and well, the hatchet is unavailable to me at the moment. So I believe I'll just try to lose these zombies and ignore that deer stand for now. They're atrociously loud sometimes. And pretty quick, actually. Come on, come on. Let's make it through these pine trees. Usually pine trees provide enough cover for you to at least lose the zombies' interests, and then you can just hit prone and kind of sneak away as zombies return to their original place. Yes. Alright, this seems like a bit of progress. At least we've gone more north this time around, and even though I haven't found much, I do have this sweet rifle, so now I can easily defend myself against any other potential players. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more of these videos or more Let's Plays, check out the channel, and have a nice day.